Winston Churchill stands as a giant of the 20th century. He is celebrated for his leadership during World War II. However, Churchill's legacy is not without its shadows. Examining the complexities of his life reveals a figure both admired and criticized. His views on race and empire, often expressed in blunt and unapologetic language, were deeply flawed. These views, while not uncommon for his time, cast a long shadow on his legacy. The Bengal famine in particular remains a stain on his record. To fully grasp Winston Churchill, one must confront both the hero and the flawed individual. Only by acknowledging the full spectrum of his character, the triumphs and the failings, can we truly understand the man and his impact on the world. Churchill's views on race were a product of his time, an era marked by widespread imperialism and racial hierarchy. He believed in the superiority of the British Empire and the white race. This belief manifested in policies that were detrimental to the well-being and autonomy of those under British rule. His handling of the Bengal famine of 1943, where millions of Indians died of starvation, exemplifies the devastating consequences of his worldview. Churchill's government diverted food supplies from India to support the war effort. He dismissed pleas for aid, displaying a shocking disregard for the suffering of the Indian people. Churchill's views on race extended beyond colonialism. While he championed Zionism and supported the creation of Israel, he simultaneously expressed views considered anti-Semitic today. These aspects of Churchill's legacy are difficult to reconcile with his wartime heroism. Churchill's wartime leadership, while lauded for its resilience and determination, was not without its share of controversies. One such decision was his advocacy for the use of chemical weapons. Churchill viewed chemical weapons, particularly tear gas, as a more humane alternative to conventional warfare. However, his willingness to employ such weapons, even against uncivilized tribes as he referred to them, raises serious ethical concerns. Beyond the battlefield, Churchill's handling of domestic unrest further complicates his legacy. His response to labour strikes, particularly the Tony Pandy riots of 1910 and the Glasgow strikes of 1919, was marked by a heavy-handed approach. He deployed troops to quell the unrest, resulting in violence and a lasting sense of resentment among the working class. Churchill's reputation as anti-union contrasts sharply with his later efforts to promote social reform. Winston Churchill was a man of contradictions, a leader capable of both great inspiration and profound misjudgment. His legacy is a tapestry woven from threads of heroism and prejudice, of strategic brilliance and moral failings. To celebrate him solely as a wartime savior is to ignore the complexities of his character. Churchill's flaws should not be minimized or excused. However, they should be understood within the framework of his life and times. His views on race and empire, while abhorrent by today's standards, were not uncommon during his era. Ultimately, Winston Churchill remains an enigma, a figure who defies easy categorization. His legacy serves as a reminder that history is rarely black and white.